Hey guys, Caleb Linville here. I wanted to take a moment to go over Dungeon Music Pianos of the Deep with you guys, just to lay out the structure of the pack a little bit and how it is best used. So, the purpose of the pack is for dungeons. Now, within that context, it can work well with dungeons, ruins, caves, um, mines. It can also work well within the context of like dark forest, perhaps, or even like a misty atmosphere. So it's not necessarily limited to dungeons, but it was definitely written for dungeons. What makes this pack unique is it leans heavily and uses a lot of piano in it. And each track, except for the two bonus tracks, each track is designed to work with the piano by itself if that's desired. However, most of the tracks also have many layers to them of other musical elements like orchestra, synthesizers, choir, that sort of thing. And those elements can be added or removed depending on the context. Given that, when you open up the pack, this is what you'll get. And within each folder, you have the files for that track. The naming schema I've used for this is to put the tempo first, just to help you guys organize by the tempo. I think that that can be slightly more efficient when you're scrolling through files looking for a desired piece. Um, Hopefully that's the case for you guys. So I have the beats per minute here, 54 beats per minute. Pillars of the Past is the name of the piece, and then loop, and layers. And then if we go within one of these, for example, Ruined Temple, these are the actual audio files for this piece. So you notice I have the tempo, what the layer is, and then the looping structure of the file, and then the name. So for this one, for example, this is the full mix. That's everything. And then you have, this is designed to be used for the first time, and I'll explain that a little later, and then the name of the piece. And then you have the choir sound effects, so that's the choir sound effects only, male choir only, piano by itself, solo voice, synth pad, and then a walking synth pad. If we look within Cubase, you'll see I have the files laid out in Cubase. Cubase, by the way, is just the software which I use to create the music. And these files haven't been tampered with in any way. I'm just using the program to read the audio files. So if we solo the full mix, this is what it sounds like.
One, two, three, more is for
And there you go. Now this is the first time file, and the first time file doesn't have a reverb decay at the beginning of the file. And so that's that it can start cleanly. And it is designed to transition seamlessly into the second time file. And the second time file does have a reverb decay at the very beginning of the piece. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting with the second time file. However, the second time file will loop continually thereafter. So for example, here's the transition between the two. And there you go. And then here's the loop. So on and so forth. Now, well, to give you guys more flexibility, we can use these layers here to change the way the piece sounds. So let's say that we want just the piano, and let's say we want the walking synth and the synth pad. Now if I play that, you're hearing just those files. Let's do one more example here. Let's say that we want the male choir, the sound effects, and the walking synth. And that's it. And there you go. So I hope that this pack works really well for you guys. Feel free to use the files however you want, and happy creating. Cheers.